up, Brad? Cheers. Love you. Listen, there's a bird stealing something. Y'all dang birds stole something about Cherry. Say, what's up, y'all? That is stress. How much happened out there? Like, what is it? Whew. At the very least, let me move the camera over here in the shade while I'm watering. All right. Let me cut this. Oh, what's up, Game Pen? What you got going? Whew, it is hot. Say it's 95 degrees out here. I think we can dig 95 degrees. 95 degrees ain't that bad. Gotta have some water though, cause oh we be ready to pass out otherwise. Mm-mm. All right. You said fit check. I just finished watering the garden. You came late. I got on a one piece though, a rumple, a jumper, whatever you call this thing. Woo, it's hot. What y'all got going on, man? Oh, my little cucumber playing hold on to the fan. She say, "Thank you, Bubba. It's hot out here." What y'all doing, yo? What y'all got going? I can't touch y'all. I was just looking at my little ground cherries, and it looked like some of the birds came and took some of my ground cherries, yo. I think some of them came and got me, yo. I think they got me. They got me before I noticed that they was ready. They came and got them, yo. Either that or they fell on the ground. Either way, they not on the ground, so they got me either way. They got me for my little ground cherries. I'm sorry, my little plant. Sorry, babe. You said if you was here, you wouldn't be letting me go outside. You would have everything at the house to be 24/7. Hey, but you gotta go outside every now and again. Dang, I'm just backyard only. Backyard only. Can't even leave from out the front porch. Dang, man. Dang, you gonna have me on. Be feeling like I'm on punishment. I guess as long as it feels like a party inside, I won't be tripping. You said to the jungle and back to the bedroom. You wild, yo. I do like my little jungle though. She getting there too. She getting there too. Dang it, my cucumber plant look like it's trying to grab a hold to the jalapeno plant. I didn't told it got a piece of hair in my mouth. I didn't told it multiple times it can't do that. And she is not trying to listen. And she trying to connect. She needs to climb up the walls and go across that way. She didn't already found one secret. She came down this way and now she going across like this. She insists on taking over the whole greenhouse, bro. I swear, when I do have my own, I'm gonna have to have a greenhouse for the cucumbers alone. They're gonna have to have their own greenhouse because they are literally taking this thing over. I can barely see my carrots. That's all good will be, Larry, as long as you plan on having me happy, gleeful, and spoiled up in that thing. I probably won't even be worried about going nowhere. I'm used to being in the house anyway, to be honest. Might be right up my alley. I don't know if this is supposed to be Aaliyah. I don't think so. And I'm not gonna act like I'm not a fan. I do love me some Aaliyah though. And thank you. Whew. But what's up, Larry? What you got going on? You said Don Julio fried chicken in Newports. You coming, man? First of all, that Don Julio, you gonna have to sip on that by yourself. You said about Miller Lite on ice. You already prepared. I was finna say, baby, you gonna have to that Julio. That's gonna have to be for you by yourself. You gonna give me a bottle, give me like some either some Paul or some Hennessy or something like that. I can't do no Julio. I sip on some Paul Mason though, or some what is it called, or some Hennessy, or something like that, Dulce or something like that. I can't do the Don Julio. Don Julio is just a tad bit too much for me. Man, I haven't had me a cigarette in a minute. I've been doing good with my vaping. You said what flavor? Peach. I like the peach. I like the apple or crown apple. Crown peach is good too. Or the regular flavor. Hello, little bit. Hi, what's up, Abraham? I almost said Abraham. What's up, Abraham? How you doing? All right. Have a good day at work. With a tad bit of Sprite, but I really, what I'm saying, it's already kind of diluted, so all ice is cool. Okay, you did. It's Larry crazy. said, show my feet. Yeah. Y'all should have been watching while I was watering the garden. Y'all might have got a peek at my feet while I was moving around. What's up, Sir Jessica? What you got going on, sis? You said you just bored. I hate to hear it. All right, Larry. I'll talk to you later. What's up, George? Thank you. What's up, LaRue? I'm doing all right. You said what holds my interest? Well, right now, I'm out. I just watered my little garden, and I'm making sure my plants looking happy now and cheerful. And I am doing some reviews over some shoes that I purchased online. They're really cute. I cannot wait until the winter. I have always been the type of shopper, like I like buying things on sale. So I've been buying boots that are on sale right now, and I cannot wait until the winter. Now some of them I wore I had bought these cowgirl boots, and I wore them when I went out on Sunday. They are so cute. They like are my first pair of over the knee cowgirl boots, and I just love them. They are so cute. They all white. They got a little heel on them. I can't say they hurt my feet though. They had my feet aching, and I was playing pool and all that, and it was a lot. But they are cute. I can't say. I'm not going to say that I'm going to definitely wear them again. But I have some other shoes that I was leaving a review for. You said you sure you pay for them. Of course. They wouldn't send it if I didn't pay for it. That ain't how that works. Shoot, if I ain't pay for it, I will still have my paycheck. You pleased to have somebody that can speak English and communicate with you? Where are you from? Hmm. Are you from LA, from California? That's what's up. But yeah, they ain't gonna send it if you don't pay for it. That ain't how that works. I can't say. I know it's some old fools out here, yo. But I'm too old to be going around, you know what I'm saying, trying to first of all take things that don't belong to me and etc. I ain't got time for that. I work hard for my little monies. And just because I gotta buy things on sale don't mean that I'm willing to take something and risk going to jail for it. If that ain't nothing that it's not that necessary or that wonderful that I'm gonna go through all that. And anyways, you can't do that online anyways. Like how? But I ain't doing it in the store. Baby, not the oath that I'm under through God. I can't do it. I ain't moving like that. Baby, I ain't moving like that. I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time for it. I'll come online and ask for help before I do all that. That's crazy. Oh, okay. I get what you said. Yeah, I can't wait to enjoy them once the winter comes. Once it get cold, it's so hot out here now. I look crazy trying to wear my little boots. But once it get cold, I'm gonna start being able to wear my little boots places to here and there and everywhere. But I'm excited about that. I got some sandals too, though. I really need some heels. I bought one pair of heels the last time I got paid, and I only wore them. I wore them once, but I ain't really wear them that long. I ended up going to more than one place. In the second place, I ain't even put my heels on. I had on my slides the whole time. Just a little bit. Um, I'm sorry. People are coming behind the show me the first thing. hello, little lizard. How you doing up there? What's up, Q? What you got going on? You tired? You just got off about an hour ago? I feel you. I feel you, man. I'm sitting up here tired too, but I decided to go ahead and hit the live real quick. Be on here for a few hours, sip on my little beer and relax for a few hours. I hope your day at work wasn't bad. I hope you had a good day. I know this got to be done today. It might not be working for me. was sitting up here looking at reviews, yo, of clothes, baby. My head itching. Please, Lord. Okay, while I'm sitting up here shopping with it's it. Looking, I'm just looking. I guess window shopping online. I don't know, Mr. Listen. Oh, those so cute. I want ones that I just seen though. Ooh, these ones. Okay. Ooh. Hey, what's up, Hannah? It's cool. You said you off tomorrow. Hey, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. What you got going on? Some dilly beans. Oh, that sounds cool. That sounds good. Mm, that does sound good though. I haven't tried any pickled beans though. That's new to me. What do they taste like? I do like the dill flavor. I love me some dill. Hmm. He said you can make them spicy or sweet. That sounds awesome. I may have to try them one day. I'm trying to build up my red bean collection right now, but I do have more beans that are kind of shooting up in here or popping up, however you want to call it. They grew on their own. I didn't even deliberately try to grow them, but they are definitely growing, and I'll probably be using those to as green beans. You said sky's the limit when you're canning. I can understand that. I'm pretty sure after a while, it's like you start trying new recipes because why not? I definitely wish I had the space and opportunity to go ahead and have all of my little things canned up and to be able to grow more stuff. But I feel like at the moment, I gotta get a handle on caring for the plants that I have. But hopefully, prayerfully, next year I'll be able to. Oh, that is pretty. Pay attention. You said you will. Thank you. I hope so. I did me a facial last night using some of my herbs and plants from in my little garden. It was so refreshing. It was fun and I'm sorry, little cucumber. I'm not trying to crush you now, baby. It was so refreshing though. It didn't look pretty on, but it was a very refreshing little facial. I might make another one tonight. He said what I use: aloe vera, basil, a few different types of basil actually, aloe vera, some cucumber, and what was the other thing that I put in? There was something else. I forgot what the other thing was. But those three for sure. I put something else in it too. But yeah, I did that and I crushed everything. Like I blended, I used my hand blender to blend everything together and it was so refreshing. It was very relaxing. It was. I did my little facial while I was watching South Park. It did. It did. It felt really good. It was awesome. It was awesome. I can't stunt the aloe vera really does like have a bad taste to it though. I had watched this guy's video where he was talking about aloe vera and he was saying that back in the Egyptian times people used to eat the aloe vera plant and that is really good for you. And he literally tried it on the video and he spit it back out and he was like I'm not gonna say what he said, but he said it wasn't good. Long story short, and a little bit got in my mouth. I was like, oh my god, how they used how? I don't see how they used to eat it. I don't see how they used to eat aloe vera. And it's like it was mixed in with other things that taste so good. Because I know the lemon basil and regular basil, it tastes amazing. But that taste, the flavor of the aloe vera is so strong. But I can't say it tastes like medicine. That's what it really tastes like. Aloe vera shots were a thing like 20 years ago. I believe you. And I do believe that it is possibly very healthy for us. It probably helps tremendously with the immune system and with getting rid of certain illnesses and etc. But oh my goodness, it tastes awful. Like it tastes worse than Robitussin. God dang, ants keep on trying to crawl over me. Ooh. Those are. Mm. Thank you, Gusta. But I do love me some South Park. I did find out the story behind why what happened with Chef, and it made me so sad. I had no idea that all that was going on in the background. That was very sad. Oh, that is so cute. You said who's my favorite character? I don't know. Who would be my favorite character from South Park? I don't know. I like all four of the main characters, to be honest. Even Carpet. Even though Corbett is like an awful person, but he's funny. But I find all of the main characters, and I love me some Butters too. Butters is so sweet. He's so kind. I think I relate to Butters. Butters is so misunderstood. I feel like, yeah, that's who I'm gonna stand on that hill. Butters. I love Butters. Even though I love the quartet, the original four, the main characters, but I feel like Butters is just kind of like typically in his own little world, just doing his own thing, just trying to fit in and make friends. And he is always getting the short end of the stick. And it's so sad, regardless if it's from his peers at school or through his parents. I remember one episode, the police were trying to accuse Butters of toilet papering one of the teacher's house. His parents knew that he didn't do it because he was at home with them. And like the police were kind of like pressuring him into admitting that he did it. So he did. And his parents get there and they're like, "You're in big trouble, mister." And Butters is like, "I know, I shouldn't have did that." And they're like, "No, you know good and well you didn't do that. You were with us. But we told you gotta stop admitting to doing things that you didn't do and you're gonna be in punishment." I was like, how is he gonna be on punishment and he didn't even do anything? Why? His parents are so mean, yo. And then the lore of what happened, in their special, their C word special, where his parents left him just by himself in the house and dipped, and he ended up growing up by himself and kind of, you know what I'm saying, lost it a little bit like Butters is. Butters had a tough time, man. And it's really sad because he's such a sweet character. He's so kind and he's so sweet and so generous. He's just always trying to fit in and be nice to everybody, and everybody is always trying to use him as their toilet paper. I really feel for Butters. I really do. I be feeling that way sometimes. It's really frustrating to be in that position to where you really trying to be nice and you really trying to do right and you really trying to be a good friend and you trying to be, you know, there for any and everybody, and people are always like taking your kindness as a weakness and using it against you. It is so frustrating. It really is. I feel for him. It kind of reminds me of this video I saw the other day. This young guy who is a streamer, and he's like a gamer and a streamer. And I think they said he's like 18 or 19 years old. So the story is he is live streaming and gaming, and his mom bursts in his room, starts cussing him out and hitting on him, like literally hitting, like fighting him like a stranger in the street, telling him he's a failure and he needs to get out her house after she decided to clear out his bank account and steal all of his money. And the wild thing is, I get it because I know some people from my generation and older see like someone being a streamer or influencer as not being a real job, but in reality it is actually a job. You can actually make a living and earn an honest living off of being an influencer. And it was like, I don't know, it was just like, you know what I'm saying, while she was trying to embarrass him because he was on live, he had like 10,000 people watching him, and she is just going in and talking down on him and really trying to push his buttons and get him to react. Because I can't stunt, baby. He got some strength in him, because I know that was hard for her to just be going in on him and he didn't do nothing. He was just trying to focus on the game and ignore her. Baby, when I say she embarrassed herself and not him, and you know what I'm saying, now people are petitioning for her to be fired because she's a teacher. I was in shock when they said that boy, she's a teacher and she's treating her son like that and telling her 18-year-old he's a failure for doing, he's successful at streaming, and you're calling your son successful. He has earned so much money that you decided to steal his money, but you're saying that he's a failure, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. And she will be one of them parents. If her child decides that he gonna move far, far away and never speak to her again, I don't know why he's doing this to me. I don't understand why he doesn't love me and why he doesn't care. Like, dang, bruh. And I feel like it's a messed up position to be in because she's mama. All the family is gonna side with her. They not gonna look at it from his perspective. She, you know what I'm saying, ain't no telling what she trying to use as an excuse as to why she stole her son's money. She might be trying to say that he got it doing something else. And I understand, because that has been my experience, y'all. I've experienced that with so many family members, assuming that I got something else going on and that's how I'm getting money. It's impossible that I'm making money by literally doing what my job is. I gotta be, you know what I'm saying, out here selling care. I gotta be out here stealing and robbing people. I gotta be doing this. I gotta be doing that. It can't be that I'm literally doing exactly what I said I was. And it's like, I just feel like a lose-lose situation. I have been in a position to where I would try to let people in and talk to them about it and try to explain it to them. And instead of them being like, oh, okay, that's cool, I'm proud of you, and taking it for what it is, they want to try to figure out some kind of way to put an end to it and tell people to stop watching my videos. Don't support her. No, don't help her. Don't buy any lashes or any merchandise from her. And like, it's crazy. And it's like, I just feel like it's really sad because in reality, What is wrong with him successfully following his dreams, being good at it? Like he's actually doing something good. He's actually, it's not a situation where he's running the streets. He's not out here trying to kick people doors in. He's not out here trying to cause anybody any harm. In reality, he's doing nothing wrong. And it absolutely broke my heart because I have a son, you know what I'm saying, who wants to be a gamer. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my money together so I can help him achieve that dream. And she is literally sitting up here like getting mad at her son for doing well. I can't believe it. I was in shock and apartment. I really was. I couldn't even watch the whole video. It made me so mad. I really cannot stand when parents feel like, first of all, I don't like nobody trying to control me personally. And you know what I'm saying? The fact that she basically is trying to deter him away from something that he's good at, that he actually loves to do. And he is actually successful at it. And force him into doing what she wants him to do. It's not fair. That's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not understanding it. And then these same people will go and turn around and look at actors and musicians and say, oh, they're amazing at what they do. They really do a good job. They deserve to live in that mansion. They deserve to have that car. But when it's your child, your cousin, your aunt, your friend, your sister, you feel like it needs to stop. And somebody got to put a stop to it. And we got to shut that down. That don't even make sense. You happy for everybody else, but you can't be happy for your own child, bro. Make it make sense. I understand. You said it's sad. That is sad. I can't stunt. It was hard for me to even watch the video. It really was. It was hard for me to watch the video. I couldn't believe it. And you know what I'm saying? I knew it. Like from just watching the video, her intentions were to embarrass him. And she never imagined that she would end up embarrassing herself. She never imagined. She thought that she was gonna ruin things for him. She never imagined it would backfire on her. And people would be trying to figure out what school she worked at and how they could get her fired. She never imagined that, bro. That's why, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's messed up, yo. Let look, I don't even know what his name is, but let look, you know what I'm saying? Let him play, bro. Let him do his thing, bro. What's the problem? What's the issue? Let him do his thing. I would love for my son to be good at, you know what I'm saying, streaming while playing games, and to such an extent that he is like actually successful at it, and he's doing like, that is a beautiful thing. I don't understand it. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, some parents are narcissistic, and it be a situation where their child is actually doing something good. It's nothing wrong with what they're doing, and they trying to find any and every excuse as to why it's something bad about it and it's something wrong with it. And it really ain't. You said it's all about her. That's what it seemed like, yo. Even if it was a situation where she was ready for him to move, why in the world would she steal all his money and then on top of that have that conversation with him while thousands of people are on his live stream? And why is she putting her hands on him? And you know, I don't get it. And it's like the way that he was handling himself throughout that video, you cannot force me to believe that this young man has been going back and forth with her or anything like that. It's like, baby, I'll just be real. It looked exactly like it's a situation where she felt some kind of way that he was getting some attention and she wanted some attention on her. So she decided to burst in the room and so everybody could see her. And you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time for that. That ain't right. That ain't right. And in reality, at 18 years old, what kind of success is she expecting out of him? And you know what I'm saying? A lot of people was getting on her about that. A lot of parents set their kids up for failure. 18 years old, what are you expecting him to be doing? Like, at the very least, going to college? You said it could be for clickbait and division. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Ain't no telling. You know, you never know. Because I know that some people will do that, but it was like he was already getting a lot of views and a lot of streams before she bust in there. But like I said, I ain't even watched the whole video. I couldn't. I felt like it was just absolutely jacked up. I'm not understanding the logic. You know what I'm saying? As many people that have been successful as being influencers and streamers, I don't understand why somebody would find a problem, especially if it's a situation where your child is actually earning money off of it. Why would you step in the way? Why would you feel some kind of way? Why would you feel like it's a need to stop it? That is insane to me. It's almost like she want him to quit and take up a job where he will be making less than he already does, and he make more money doing what he does now than working the job in her mind that she feel like he should be working. And then on top of that, he having fun while he doing it. What is the problem? And I get the understanding of stability and longevity and etc. And that goes back to what I just said. He could go to school while streaming. He doesn't, like, you know what I'm saying? He's 18. He right at the age of going to college or something like that. I don't know. I just felt so confused. Hmm. I don't get it. And in reality, I just feel like apparently she got her life together. You know what I'm saying? She got a house. She has a career. And you know what I'm saying? She got everything that she have going on. I don't understand why she would feel some type of way about her son trying to build himself up and get his life together. And once again, I don't understand the logic of parents feeling as if they should just go on out there and figure it out, like, and be successful. It's kind of like you are basically setting your child up for failure. How is he gonna go out and do anything, and you then took all his little money that he been saving up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It really made me up. It really grinded my gears. It really made me upset. Mm, that was crazy to me. It really was. It was crazy. And I get it. It is hard being influencer or a streamer, because in reality, you will kind of end up in a position, especially when you starting out, you in a position to where you can be very popular, or you know what I'm saying. Some people get to the point where they famous, but if you're not rich, you can't afford security and you can't afford certain things, and people like literally will be feeling some type of way about you, will want to try to set you up, want to try to have your life took. And trust me, I know, because over the past few years, I have been feeling it, like, seriously, on a whole different level. And I can't afford security. You know what I'm saying? I am my security. And it's really frustrating to be in a position to where a lot of people know who I am, and I don't know everybody that knows who I am. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of times I'm expecting that people don't know who I am, and sometimes they will, and they won't say nothing, and they feel in some kind of way, and they trying to figure out some kind of way to set me up, some kind of way to have something bad happen to me, because the audacity of me trying to follow my dream. And it's hard. But I didn't get that part from her. I feel like if that's the case, you know what I'm saying, she could at least, I don't know. I just feel like taking his money wasn't the answer then. And you know what I'm saying, putting him out definitely isn't the answer, because people already know who he is. It's too late now. It ain't a situation where he isn't well known. So now it's a situation where you putting him out into the streets, where he will be even more vulnerable to all the people that are trying to attack him and get at him, versus letting him get himself together and stack up his money, regardless to if he stack up his money and buy his own house, which would be the best, or get an apartment, you know what I'm saying, get an apartment with security or something like that, which I also feel will be the best, because I've heard instances of people having problems in apartment complexes. I have had issues in apartment complexes. I have had issues in hotels and all kind of, like, it is kind of tough. But simultaneously, once you start, it's like you already there. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? You can't take it back. Trust me, I tried. I'm playing. I'm playing, but I'm serious a little bit. Like you can't just take it back. It's not like you can press rewind and all of a sudden become, you know what I'm saying? Like it's still gonna be people that are gonna recognize you. And if somebody has hate in their heart for you, regardless if you carry on or not, they still gonna feel some type of way. Trust me, I know, because you know what I'm saying. At times where I didn't took a break, regardless if I took a break and started door dashing, moving off grid, doing etc., it still will be people that felt some kind of way about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even when I was on the streets in Austin, there were people dry. I'm, you know what I'm saying, in the lowest predicament, in the worst possible situation I could be in. And people were literally feeling some type of way about me, wanting to hurt me, wanting to cause me harm, feeling like crazy. And you know what I'm saying? When you in that kind of position, it's tough. And you know what I'm saying? To have to go home and your parent is your enemy too. Dang, bro. It's a cold world. Mama's supposed to be your best friend. She ain't supposed to be your enemy. It ain't supposed to, like, you know what I'm saying? We expect it from strangers. Sometimes friends turn into enemies. You may have some classmates that turn into enemies, but that golly gosh darn, your mama should be backing you up and cheering for you and trying to push you forward. It shouldn't be a situation where she talking down on you too. That's a whole different kind of hurt. And I know some people be trying to show tough love, but you know what I'm saying? Tread lightly with that because tough love can start to look like hate real quick. And I know I'm very literal. It ain't no situation. You either you love, if you like me and you cool with me, or you hate me. It can't be no in between. What's up, Stanford? Dang, I feel you. You said she's done all those things, baby. My heart goes out to you. I completely understand. I remember I was working with this one lady back when I was a nursing assistant, and she was telling us a story about how she got in a fight with her daughter. And I don't know what kind of, you know what I'm saying, reaction she was expected to get from everybody. But I can't study, it made me look at her in a whole different light, and it wasn't a good light. Okay. 144 as I say that, man, because she was talking about how she drug her daughter out the house and started beating her down in the middle of the road like she was a stranger. And I was like, what in the world? But baby, I done heard a few people's stories. It was one lady, she was an older lady, told me that her mom busted in her room when she was about 12, 13 years old and told her, I don't know what you about to do or how you gonna do it, but I'm not taking care of you no more. And was serious. She didn't buy her no more clothes. She ain't buy her nothing to eat. She wasn't concerned about her. And as far as she was concerned, she had to figure it out at 12, 13 years old. I also met another lady that told me her mother put her out. I think she was about 18, 19 years old. And she was just like, you know what I'm saying? Told her she was thinking that she was all that and she feeling herself too much and she gotta come on up out her house. But it's wild, yo. It is wild, yo. You know what I'm saying? And I remember somebody was talking to me about the Snow White, you know what I'm saying, trying to say it was about something else. I had to correct him on that. Snow White was a warning to young women as, you know what I'm saying, they get older and they become women that they have to watch out because sometimes you wouldn't even expect that your mother will be your enemy. But there are some women that have to deal with that. They have to deal with a mother that actually has hate in her heart towards her own daughter. And that's, you know what I'm saying, that's just what it is. I remember I was watching Crank Yankers the other day and they was doing a joke and this lady had like a board inside of her hotel room and on the board it said how to sleep with your daughter's boyfriend in 10 easy steps. I was like, you know what I'm saying, how they be having a little joke in the background. That's what the boy said, and I know it was a joke, but you know what I'm saying, I saw a video on that of a young lady. She was trying to see who her boyfriend was sneaking around with, and golly gosh darn me, she found out it was her mama. Mm, pulled up with the cameras and everything to her mama house. And you know what I'm saying? He up in there with her mama getting it in. And I just that it's not funny, it's disgusting. It's like that's nasty. Like, why would you want to go in behind your daughter? How is that even cute? I don't even understand the logic. And now I get it. I don't have no daughter. And you know, I want one eventually. But in reality, baby, I don't if it baby, I like I could not fathom the mindset of a woman that thinks that it is cute, attractive, or in any kind of shape, form, or fashion, like a good thing to take your daughter's man. Baby, I don't get it. I don't know if it's a situation where it makes them feel good about themselves. I don't know if it makes them feel like they're young. I don't know if it makes them feel like, yeah, I look better than her. I can get it down better than her. I can do this better than her. I don't know what it is, yo. But your daughter should not be your enemy, yo. Your child in general should not be your enemy. That is just absolutely bananas to me. I don't get it. I really don't. I've seen videos of the police cams of them pulling up to people houses, and the mom got the daughter locked in a closet. She haven't fed her in weeks. You know what I'm saying? All kind of crazy stuff. It's wild, yo. I seen one where a little boy ran up to the police officers. His face was covered in blood because his mom had abused him so bad. And it is really sad how some parents are towards their own kids. Baby, that is disgusting. That is disgusting. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I guess that's just, goes to show I'm not a narcissist. I don't get it. I don't get what the attraction would be behind sleeping with somebody that slept with your child. That is just so nasty. Ugh. How is that cute? How is that appeasing? And the men too. It's billions and trillions of women in the world. Why would you sleep with your girlfriend, your wife, or your ex's mother? Really? You says why we stay at home all the time and aren't around humans, they gross. I feel you. That is just so nasty. Like, for real, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women, they be, it's my body and I can do what I want with my body. And it's my case, my hoo-ha. I do what I want with my hoo-ha. Well, golly gosh darn it, do you have to sleep with your daughter ex, bruh? Ugh. And you think that people, you an upstanding citizen. I bet you classy lady, huh? Baby. But you, baby, it's some wild people out here, yo. It's some wild people with some wild ways, yo. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just be, you know what I'm saying? I just be scrolling and seeing stuff and shots in the palm, yo. I just cannot believe some of the things that really be going on in this world, bro. And I have seen some things. I have. But I just feel like some of this is just absolutely gross. That's just gross to me. I just couldn't. Mm-mm. And praise God, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a gift, you know what I'm saying, that I don't have a daughter, but I don't even have to worry about the mindset of a woman that would do something like that. But simultaneously, I can't even wrap my head around why a woman would feel like she just got to. That's her main goal, is to get with her daughter's ex. And then actually feel good about herself after she get up from the bed. How? Make it make sense. That's nasty. And the men out of line too. Why in the world would you want to sleep with your girl, your wife, or your ex's mother, bro? Sister, cousin, any of that, bro? I remember this one lady was She had a video where she was talking about how I think it was her niece was pregnant by her baby daddy. Absolutely disgusting, bro. Like, that is incest. That's incest. Now the kids gonna grow up confused. You know what I'm saying? They don't know if they should call each other cousins or siblings or what. That's crazy. And then, you know what I'm saying, walking around like she made an accomplishment. So I don't care. So and the utter trash, bro. The utter trash, the utter nonsense. I see the wall, and then you know what I'm saying, baby. I could go all that all. That's how much is going on, yo. I seen a video of a woman that got in a fight with her aunt, and she found out her aunt was sleeping with her man. It's just too much going on, bro, and I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get the logic. I really don't. And you know what I'm saying. I ran across an article today of I think it was Khloe Kardashian said that she wouldn't mind if her sister Kim decided to sleep with her ex. I was like, you wouldn't mind if the father of your children decided to start a relationship with your sister, and if they have kids, y'all kids are going to be both siblings and cousins at the same time. That is so nasty. That's sad. My heart goes out to you. Now, I was, but it wasn't by anybody in my family. Whew. I was, but it wasn't by anybody in my family, yo. It wasn't a family member. That's sad. And I don't understand that. I had a friend that went through that though. Back in the day, she went through something like that. One of her brothers assaulted her. And that is just absolutely heartbreaking. It really is. But I don't get it. I don't get some of the things that's going on and how some people are just okay with that, you know what I'm saying, incest and stuff like that. It is. I don't even understand how bad can be turned on by a woman telling him, no, I don't want to do anything. Please leave me alone. Please stop. Please get away from me. And really be excited. You got to be a really messed up, you know what I'm saying, MF and me man to be turned on by a woman that's literally telling you no. Normal men wants, like, you know what I'm saying, they want to be with a woman that actually wants to be intimate with them. They want to be with a woman that actually is interested in, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. I don't get it. Okay. Where you going, girl? Okay, turning your pain into something good and being able to help others. I feel you. That's why when I first started influencing, I did a lot with helping the women's shelter out here. They have a shelter that is for women that have been assaulted. And every year for Christmas, I will go out there and donate a bunch of makeup. I also have been to, they had like a walk. What is it? Like I forgot, it's like a walk and stuff like that. I like to volunteer and work with them at times. Now I can't do it now because I don't have no way all the way over there. Yeah, that is disgusting. I can't stand it. Is. What's up, Lynn? That is absolutely disgusting. And as somebody that experienced that as a child, it's disgusting. It really is. You know what I'm saying? And as an adult, when I think about what happened to me and how there were certain adults around that act like it was okay and they act like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a whole different, I don't even know how to explain it. But I did realize that it caused me to not be really trusting towards other people. It caused me to be kind of standoffish when it comes to people that are older than me, like women that are older than me, as well as all men in general, because of what happened to me when I was a child. And even as an adult. You know what I'm saying? Because that wasn't the only situation that I've been in where somebody felt that they just had to, you know what I'm saying, get that way with me. And I am not trusting towards men. I am not privy to any kind of creepy man. I don't like no man trying to look at me and watch me. I don't like no man trying to sneak around my area, my house, my room, my window, none of that. Because I've dealt with too many men that felt like they should be entitled to me and my body, and I don't like it at all. It is not attractive. It ain't cute. It's not funny. I don't like that in no shape, form, or fashion. Now, obviously, I still like men, but it's a whole different vibe. It's a difference between a man that is trying to get to know you, that wants to date you, that wants to marry you, and a man that want to have his way with you, and you not even feeling him like that, or you not in the mood, or etc. Like I don't have time for it. I can understand that. One thing that I've noticed through therapy and joining different groups is that different people react and they kind of deal with it in different ways. And I feel like that experience, especially it happened to me when I was so young, it caused me to be kind of like distant and to have problems when it comes to socializing and kind of like opening up to other people because I'm not very like I don't trust people. I don't trust nobody. And you know what I'm saying? It was hard for me. When I first had my son, I didn't trust nobody being around him. I didn't trust nobody watching him. I wanted him within my eyesight 24/7. Like seriously. And you know what I'm saying? The only other person that I trust around him is his dad. Is that's you know what I'm saying? Real spill. That's the only other person that I trust. I trust his daddy and that's it. I know his daddy ain't gonna do him no harm. You know what I'm saying? He, you know what I'm saying, wanted a son for so long, and he finally got his son. So I'm pretty, you know what I'm saying? That's his only boy and his junior. I know he ain't gonna let nothing happen to him. But when it comes to just any old body, I don't trust any old body around my son. I ain't even trust my son being around my ex to be all the way 100. Yeah, yep. I'm serious, girl. Baby, when I had my townhouse, I had cameras inside and outside the house because I ain't trust my ex around my son like that. I'm just being real. I gotta be all the way. Seriously, because even though you know what I'm saying, he acting all sweet and he acting nice and he acting this and he acting that. I didn't see him act a fool one too many times, and I don't trust it. And I would prefer it be a situation where he feel insulted by me having the camera up than for my son to experience some kind of traumatizing experience because he just, you know what I'm saying, there's something going on with him. And I also don't like that some women will literally have sick men around their kids and act like everything is okay. I was watching this video earlier today of a little girl recording because she was at the house with her mom's boyfriend and he kept busting in her room talking about how about you come out here for a minute, come and cook with me, yeah, go ahead and put your shorts on, why you got on them sweats and why you doing it. She telling him, nah, I'm comfortable in my room, please leave me alone. Nah, I don't want to put on my shorts because my mama told me not to wear no shorts around you. Nah, can you please leave me alone? You gotta come on about this room. You gotta come on. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't have time for no sickos, yo. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you can't even, you like, it's hard to tell and it's hard to trust it. And it's just like, I just, watching that video, baby, brought back so many like traumatizing memories. I was like, this poor little girl, bro. And why would her mama leave him there? And she, you know what I'm saying, already done felt the hunch about this man if she telling her daughter not to wear shorts around him. He was trying to groom her and get her comfortable with, you know what I'm saying? Nah, bruh. Mm-mm. That's sad. And I do understand it happens to men too. And there's some sick women out here. It sure is. I received some messages about, you know what I'm saying, men that were abused by women. And with a man, I understand that it's kind of like it's hard to come out and tell anybody what happened to you, because you know what I'm saying, for the most part, as a man going to a police officer saying that a woman forced herself upon you, they mess around and laugh. But it is a possibility where you could be traumatized by it. What's the name of that show? The show Forget About It. It's an episode about their son Petey, and he is like trying to get girls' attention. Obviously, girls his age, and the only woman that kind of like liked him was this older lady. And you know what I'm saying? She was like, "Why don't you come back to my house and I'll bake you some cookies?" And he was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? He kind of struggled about it because none of the girls his age were kind of digging him. So he decided to go with her. Baby, when I say this, somebody, you know what I'm saying, old enough to be his grandma, took all her clothes off and just, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the episode, he's in the shower holding himself, shaking, traumatized, because basically she forced him to do things with her that he didn't want to do. And you know what I'm saying? That's like, I just felt like I dislike it too because it can be traumatizing. And you know what I'm saying? While I get it, there are situations where young guys are attracted to older women. That ain't always the case. It ain't always a situation where you know what I'm saying, that young man was privy or happy about being forced to sleep with a woman that's, you know what I'm saying, so much older than him. And you know what I'm saying? I don't understand it. And I just don't. And I'm also being reminded of did you ever watch Claws, the TV show Claws back in the day? You remember what happened to Roller when Roller went up the lake and that crazy lady ended up pulling him into her house, tied him to the bed, and was using him as her own personal little toy. Paul, you know what I'm saying? Paul Roller was trying to figure out some kind of way to get away from that crazy woman, yo. And you know what I'm saying? Once again, situation where he ain't even want to talk to nobody about it because as a man, it can be embarrassing and it can, you know what I'm saying, demeaning. But in reality, that is traumatic. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to be put in that position regardless if you're a man or a woman. Baby. Now, I've never experienced that as, you know what I'm saying, while I was younger, but you never know. Because I have experienced some teachers, you know what I'm saying, trying to flirt. I have seen that. I've seen some female teachers flirting with the guys, and you know what I'm saying, the guys that they see in their eyes are popular or the jocks and etc., and trying to get their attention and trying to see if they still got it. And it's like, ma'am, you are a grown woman. If you don't leave that little boy alone and go on about your business, you are not in high school no more. Oh, it's not that old. I mean, yeah, it's not that old. Claw is not that old. I think the season that I'm talking about came out. I think I was about 25. I went to the premiere of it. That's how I ended up hearing about the show. But it was a really good show. It really was. But it's some real sick people out here, man. Women and men. And you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is about, you know what I'm saying, some women that, and I don't know what was that lady on the show was crazy. But you know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes it be a situation where women don't want to deal with men their age. I remember I had this Uber driver and she was on the phone with her friend and her friend was talking about how she had this young guy. Now the lady that was driving me had to be at the very least in her 60s, 70s. And her friend is possibly around the same age as her because the lady was saying, well, ain't he younger than your kids? And she was like, girl, yes, but I'm finna move him in and I'm finna get serious with him and I'm finna do this and I'm finna do that. And I was thinking to myself, now she know good and well that young man don't really want her like that, bro. You don't really watch movies or TV. I understand. You love adult cartoons because you never got to watch kid cartoons as a kid. I understand that. Now I did get to watch kid cartoons, but we didn't have cable until I was a teenager. So it was mostly Saturday morning cartoons and PBS for me. Unless I was like at a friend's house or my cousin's house or something like that. For the most part, it was PBS and you know what I'm saying, the Saturday morning cartoons lineup. But yeah, baby, I've heard a lot. You know what I'm saying? Men be going through it too. Sometimes men end up in like pretty sticky situations. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just touching the cusp because it be stuff happening to them in jail. And you know what I'm saying? The guards act like they ain't see or hear nothing and all other kinds of crazy stuff. Sometimes they say sometimes the guards instigate it. You said friends' houses were the best for that, yeah. Because not only do you get to experience the cartoons on the premium channels, you also get to experience it with your friend. You know what I'm saying? They get to kind of tell you the lowdown on what's going on with the cartoon. Yep, I used to enjoy that. Going to my friends' houses was like a getaway sometimes. Ooh, it really was. But baby, I've been advocating for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Since I decided to publicly announce, you know what I'm saying, and talk about what happened to me. I don't want to say announce, but I talked about what happened to me years ago. When I first started my cosmetic line. That's actually, you know what I'm saying? That was the I don't want to say the meaning behind it, but that's why I chose the logo and you know what I'm saying, the everything that I had going on with my cosmetic line is because of the abuse that I have endured in my life. I had to go through abuse as a child. I went through abuse as an adult multiple times. And you know what I'm saying? It is something that's dear to my heart because so many women go through it and a lot of times it's unreported. And you know it's really sad that you know a lot of men really do feel entitled, like it's like they feel like they have a right to sleep with a woman. And it's ridiculous, it really is. No, I've never seen that, but I believe it. That's been going on for a very long time. That's been going on for a very long time. There are certain clans of indigenous people that you know what I'm saying don't even exist anymore. They were completely wiped out. The you know what I'm saying? Out here, most of the indigenous people have kind of mixed in and meshed in with the other people, like the red bones and the yellow bones. A lot of people don't know that. They think that that's just black slang for a skin tone, but it actually used to be it used to be a tribe. Okay, both of them. They were two separate tribes out here in Louisiana and Texas, and that's what they were recognized by their skin tone. And they, you know, some of them were called red bones, some of them called yellow bones. Obviously, we had other tribes that were out here, but a lot of the tribes were kind of just mellowed in and meshed in and mixed in with other races. Oh, my back is itchy. Ooh, don't mind me. But yo, you said it's all over up north and people have license plates. Nah, I never heard of it. But I believe it because you know what I'm saying? There's stranger things happen every day. I felt like I was being hunted when I was in Austin. And I for sure though, when I was staying in the trailer park, they was trying to kidnap me and ain't no telling what they had going on, yo. It's people that come up missing all the time. Have Navajo and I can't pronounce Ojibwe. Ojibwe and Navajo. That's awesome. Okay, I see it. I can understand that. All I see is in Minnesota and Colorado. I already know how they go. It's a lot of stuff that they, you know what I'm saying, kind of throw to the wayside. And sadly, this is one of them. Even though people are going missing on a daily basis, I just saw a report of them actually carrying out uh, um they carried out a task force and they did rescue some children and shot, you know what I'm saying, shockingly they went to other countries to get them too. But in reality, a lot of times it be a situation where they just like let it go by the wayside, yo. They will. They will. And you know what I'm saying? Confusion and things like that. I was watching this video about this man that was trying to kidnap this little girl, and her aunt ended up running, catching up with the car, and jumping in the car and pulling her out. And you know, when the cops got there, they thought that he had just hit her cousin, and that was all it was. He was pulling out the spot and hit her cousin. They weren't even trying to listen to her aunt tell them over and over again he was trying to kidnap my niece. They wasn't even believing her. They wasn't trying to listen to her. It took for witnesses to come up and camera footage to come up for them to finally put him in cuffs, which is absolutely insane. It's mind-boggling, but it happens. Because of the Great Lakes. I can understand that. See, down here is bad because we right by the border. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times there are people that, you know, they'll throw a bunch of people in a van and try to catch that border and take off and be gone. I ain't dealing with it. It's been a few times that people that tried to kidnap me, I will make the car crash. I'm not going with you nowhere. I'd rather be in, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be in heaven with my heavenly father than to go somewhere with you. I beat it. I ain't playing. I done did that a few times because it's been a few times that people done tried to kidnap me. And every time, I don't care if it's a situation, one time I was knocked out. I woke up at the right moment and dang them made the car crash. I ain't let nobody take me nowhere. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you 100% because you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't trust nobody. And while they do target specific groups, when it come down to it, if they feel like they have an opportunity, they will take anybody, yo. They really will. I've seen where they will target women with children by themselves. I've seen where, you know what I'm saying, they will flag women's cars and they'll be at work. They'll be, you know what I'm saying? It's all, thank you. It's all kind of situations. It's all kind of things that, like, it was this one young lady that was shopping in Target, going to get an anniversary gift for her and her boyfriend. She goes in the store, goes out to the parking lot, walk into her car. Somebody snatched her up, threw her in the truck, and they found her in the woods. You know what I'm saying? Days later. And you know what I'm saying? When it come down to it, I'm not. We're not going too far. I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not. I've seen a story about a young lady that was on her way home from work in an Uber. She fell asleep in the Uber and woke up, and the Uber driver was driving her out of town somewhere, and she jumped out the car. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, even if you end up hurt, it's much better to be in a position where you end up hurt and safe. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Not going to wait, because ain't no telling what they got planned. I'm not, baby. Like, I don't care what it is that you got planned. I'm not interested in being nobody's slave. I'm not interested in sleeping with nobody I don't want to. I'm not interested in going and being hidden in no basement or nothing. I don't have time for none of that, bro. We ain't even getting that far. We not finna do it. I ain't finna do it. I be that. But it be real out here. It be real out here. They be trying to kidnap women in hotels too. I done had a few experiences when I was staying at hotels. One time it was the dang owner, the manager owner of the hotel came trying to kick the dang hotel room door in. Y'all open the door. You know what I'm saying? And I was, you know what I'm saying, with what I got going, I was like, look here, bro. I don't know what y'all got going on, bro. What y'all really got going on over here, bro? Oh, OMG, that is so awful, yo. That's awful. You said, what kind of nails are these? I don't understand your question. Acrylic nails, I guess. That's awful. That is absolutely heartbreaking. But that's why, baby, I ain't going nowhere with nobody. I don't trust it. That is absolutely awful. I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying, she found you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you end up at the right place at the right, you know what I'm saying, right place, right time. And that was one of those situations. I know I had saw on the news where they found a bunch of women locked inside of hotel rooms at this hotel in San Antonio. And you know what I'm saying? They had to shut the hotel down and arrest the people that was running the hotel. They was basically, when people would come, when women would come by themselves and book a hotel room, they were locking them in the rooms and forcing them into being slaves. I understand that. You got to be careful out here, man. For real, you got to be careful. Because some of these people, man, some of these men be thinking that it's okay to just kick people no in, and you know what I'm saying, force they stuff in your room, and you know what I'm saying, X, Y, and Z. I done had a few experiences while I have been on the road, and while I have even been living here, where people have tried to literally break in the house. I've had experiences of people trying to break in my hotel room, playing with me. Ain't nobody got time for that. Even when, you know what I'm saying, like I said, when I was staying in my trailer, somebody was trying to break in. I don't have time for it. I can't answer that question on here. I cannot answer that question on here. But you know what I'm saying? I answer it like this. I'm the type of person. I'm gonna open the door. I ain't finna. Hey, you not finna kick the door in. I'm gonna open the door and see what you got going on outside, and you gonna find the audacity to mind your own business and to leave me all the way alone. Cause I'm not going nowhere with you. I'm not busting it open for you. It ain't no situation like what you thought you was gonna have going on. It ain't gonna happen. Yeah, I have a purse. I have a purse. You gotta have a purse in Texas. But I ain't like ain't no situation where you just finna come and do have your way. I'm not playing with that. Baby, we ain't got time for that. We ain't have time for no people trying to just force their way in and you finna do this, that. I ain't finna do none of that. I ain't finna do none of that you talk about, buddy. I'm not finna do none of that, none of the what you talking about, buddy. But since you want Earth to look like hell so bad, how about you go down there, goddamn? You know what I'm saying? You go down there now, bro. You go ahead, baby. Since you enjoy the likes of hell, bro, and it's a situation where you are advocate for the devil, you can go ahead and go down there and be with your pastor, bro. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, I'm serious. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? I love God, and I really prefer not to hurt anybody or cause anybody any kind of harm. But if it's between me and you deliberately trying to cause me some kind of harm, and you deliberately trying to hurt me, yo, I am going to protect myself, yo. And you know what I'm saying? Just like I said, baby, this earth is not meant to be hell. It's not intended to feel like hell. And you sitting up here, sitting around trying to figure out some kind of way to make my life a living hell is a problem to me. I feel like that's a problem. I feel like that's real. I don't see why anybody would not understand it. You know what I'm saying? You say, get it, girl. I'm serious. Baby, you ain't doing nothing, baby, going around, you know what I'm saying, kidnapping people, mamas, and trying to force your way up on women and doing all kind of harm, bro. You ain't doing no good. It ain't no situation where you doing anything to better society or to help society or anything like that, bro. You are chaos. You a menace to society, bro. And that's just what it is. Thank you. I'm proud of you and your strength too, sis. Okay? Because it's hard out here. It is. It's tough. And I can't wait until God finally send me a good man so I don't have to be as tough anymore. But for right now, as the fact that I'm a single woman, I have no choice but to be tough. You said they only feed in their own need, and that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's not a situation where they doing anything to improve society by going around trying to kidnap people and force people into slavery and whatever else they got going on, bro. They only trying to make themselves happy. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yo, but sometimes that's hard to do. It's always that one, yo. That's just like when I was staying in the trailer park. I tried my best to find me a nice little trailer park to stay in, and it was just that one person. Then I moved to a whole different trailer park, and that same person followed me to the new. You know what I'm saying? And it's always that one that want to make life difficult and stressful, and for no reason, just because that's what they feel like doing. You said that magical man would land. Hold hopefully I'll be able to find me a magical man with land. But I can't say, you know what I'm saying? I really would prefer to, you know what I'm saying, find me a magical man with land. But, you know what I'm saying? I can't say from where I'm sitting and really feel like I'm going to have to be my own little shero and do like Fiona and rescue myself and get my own little land and thug it out. I would like to find me a magical man. I would like, it would be nice, but it is what it is if I don't. You've been putting it out there. I appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Kendra? I do appreciate it. I really do. Hopefully I find me. We can dream. Okay. Hey, what's up, Christo? Hopefully. That would too. I've been thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? That would also be a good idea because then we could do something with both. You know what I'm saying? We could turn one of them, I guess, like we could grow more stuff or we could have livestock on some of the land and on the other land we could live there and have our garden going on and stuff like that. Thank you, Crisco. Yeah, well, it will. But you're right. That would be nice because, you know what I'm saying? Then we can really live out some of my dreams because I would like to get to where I have my own little cattle and my own little pigs and my own little. I could do that if, you know what I'm saying, I have a lot and then whoever I meet, they have their own lot. Then we could combine it all together. And, you know what I'm saying, let our cows just do their thing and feel like they free and check on them every day or something like that. That'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? Definitely have to have some fences because I know animals love trying to get away and escape. They just do not like fences and they don't like feeling like they're contained. Thank you. But eventually. Whew. Hopefully and prayerfully. But I'm just trying to focus on myself right now and get myself together. But hopefully and prayerfully, I'm gonna eventually find my little Prince Charming and we'll be able to march off into the sunset. What y'all got going on, man? You say you re-ups. Oh, what? Oh, it's nice there again. That sounds nice. Do y'all know that out of nowhere today? Well, I don't want to say today because it was I think the end of last month. They made smoking a federal crime out here in Texas. I knew it was coming though because when I was in Austin, they started the process of it. They were starting the process, but baby, they moved so quickly from it being a misdemeanor to being a federal offense. So I know God moving, you know what I'm saying, mysterious ways. I just got the hunch and I just stopped altogether. I ain't even got to worry about it. I ain't got to worry about being, yes. He said smoking the devil's lettuce. Yep. It is now a federal offense in Texas. And they are considering it a controlled substance. They are considering it a controlled substance, which, you know what I'm saying, right now I don't even have money for it, so I ain't really tripping. But I can't say, when I do get my money together, I think they'll be ready to move up out of here, bro. I'm sick of them. And the complaints, you know what I'm saying? Because like, it's a lot of people that are complaining about this. Because not only are they hurting, I know, but yeah, they changed it. That's what I was finna say. They changed it. What's up? What you got going on? I can't read your name. What's up? But they changed it. And then, you know what I'm saying, out here in Texas, they was not having that. They had a fit about it and they put a stop to it. The wild thing is it is so many people that are angry, upset, frustrated, and mad. You know what I'm saying? And it's not only it's the business owners because there are so many dispensaries in Texas, and that means that they're gonna have to shut down. Then there are people that are using it for pain medicine instead of actual pain medicine because for one thing it's hard to get pain medicine out here, but it's really not if you actually have pain. But I guess that's just my perspective because of what I got going on, I could easily get pain medicine. But it's natural and it doesn't have all of the scary side effects that other kinds of pain medicines are going to have. And you know what I'm saying? Then you know the people that were just using for recreational use, baby, it's a lot of people that are very highly upset. They are very highly upset. And you know what I'm saying? They really like, you know, talking about they keep on complaining, you know what I'm saying? Our governor is complaining right now and saying that he doesn't want Texas to become a blue state. He is going to single-handedly like force a few people into going towards blue just because of what he just did. Because it's like I don't know like what they got going on. I don't know if they just thinking that it's only a certain complexion of people that are like, you know what I'm saying, partaking in it, but it's not. And everybody is upset. It's a lot of people upset. And just because everybody is not out in the open and in public doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying? Baby, it's a lot of people that are upset. It's a lot of people upset. And the thing about it is now it's not even a situation like back in the day, it was a misdemeanor. It's a federal, you going to the feds. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people are mad about. They just made millions of people, like all these people in Texas, are now going to be considered federal criminals because, like, what people that are using it for pain, people that are using it for X, Y, and Z, it's so many different uses, and they outlaw you know what I'm saying, the flowers, the gummies, the creams, everything. They sure did. I was in shock. I was like, they did what? Oh, they sure did. It sure did run across my mind when I got paid, but I'm glad I didn't. In reality, I ain't have no money to splurge on that. That's the reason I stopped anyways. I don't have money to splurge on it right now. I just don't. And you know what I'm saying? Even though I was using it as pain medicine, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thugging it out and getting through the pain and trying to take my little, you know what I'm saying, my little regular legal vitamins and keep it pushing. That's what I'm saying. They have a higher risk, yo, because you know what I'm saying. Before it became legal, it was a situation where if you get pulled over, it's you know what I'm saying. Typically, it could be a warning or you could go and go back. It wasn't such a serious charge. Now you are going to federal jail. You said come to Minnesota. Oh, yo, I can't go to where someone where it's legal. Dang it. I feel you. My son will have a fit though. Oh man, that sounds so nice. My son would have a fit though. I would love it though, cause I would love them mountains and all that. It's so pretty out there. I wouldn't like the cold weather though. I would for sure have to have my own going on because baby, the way the middle in my body be aching as soon as it get cold. Like you know what I'm saying, I can tell when it's getting ready to rain and when it's starting to get cold, my ankle and my knee will start to like it lets me know. It's like having an alarm system for the weather. But I was like, dang it. Even though you know what I'm saying, like I said, I don't have money for it right now, so I ain't even. It doesn't affect me. But simultaneously, when I do have money for it, I ain't gonna be able to get it. You said the assistance there. Sheesh. It sounds good. Cause I need assistance now, but it's almost impossible out here. And all the apartments where they have like public housing, all the public housing is closed. It's not even open for you to fill out an application and join the waiting list. Then, if you are on the waiting list, you're gonna be on there for at the very least a year. Then, even the apartments to where they go, like they adjust your rent by how much you make, also closed. It's you know what I'm saying. If they not closed, they have a waiting list, and you gonna be on the waiting list for at least a year. And it's just like it's a headache. It's tough, and it's I guess it's part of staying in a big city where it's a lot of people that need help. And for the longest time, you know what I'm saying, since I got back, I've been trying to get my money together so that I could move out. I was, you know, working on YouTube and Uber Eats. But now that I am kind of like forced to just work on YouTube, that's kind of like my only option for being able to move out would be me moving somewhere where I will be able to have my rent adjust down to my pay, like how much I get paid. And like I said, mostly all of those places they full, like literally, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of feel like Austin all over again. You know what I'm saying? How all of the shelters were full. It was nowhere that was available. It was nowhere that was open. Mm, it's kind of tough. It is. It's kind of tough. But I just feel like that's kind of like the main option that I would have would be to try to give me a little apartment that's gonna go off of how much I make, but in reality, a lot of them are full. I will really have to go through it, and then I will have to, you know what I'm saying, really look into it and try to find one that's nice, where it's not a lot of drama and it's not a lot of problems, because a lot of them are very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I almost moved into one, but you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to move over there because I knew somebody that stayed there before. And you know what I'm saying? I also knew somebody that passed away over there. And it kind of made me feel some kind of way about moving over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know the whole story about what happened, but as far as I'm concerned, what I know is he was just going to the store and coming back to the house. And so, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happened happened so fast. And I don't want to put myself through that. I don't want to put my son through that. I don't want to deal with that. The apartments I was staying in that I could barely afford was tough. You know what I'm saying? I had found me a little apartment. I had a townhouse, and I think my rent was about 700 a month. When I tell you them apartments was a nightmare, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot going on. It was a lot of activity. It was always, you know what I'm saying, people outside. It was people outside watching the apartments, watching our house. I had cameras, like I said, everywhere, all over the inside and the outside of my house, because I ain't trusted. And I just didn't. And even though I can't study, when I first moved there, I didn't feel as nervous, but simultaneously, even though, you know, at first when I moved there, I had just moved there with me and my son. But when my ex came, I was, you know, irritated by how he was moving and the things that he was doing. But I halfway was happy that he was there, because, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times people will see a man there and they're going to leave you alone. I feel you. I'm trying. I am. But you know what I'm saying? I do eventually want to move. For right now, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It's not to say that I'm trying to just rush, or I want to put myself in a bad predicament, or I want to move all the way to the other side, you know what I'm saying, of the country, because that will be my other option of me finding somewhere that I can stay and that I can afford to stay. You know what I'm saying? She will be mad. My son will be mad. His dad will be mad. Everybody will be mad. And they will be like, why would you move all the way over there? You know, James is looking for you, and you know, he don't want to. I already get it. So that's why I'm trying my best to get my money together while I'm here. And you know what I'm saying? And look at my options, because I really don't have a lot. You know what I'm saying? She had shared this thing with me about how you could that would be cool. But she has shared this thing with me where they were saying that they would pay for you to go to school to be an LPN. But the catch is you got to work at the nursing home before you know what I'm saying, go to school. And I heard about that. When I used to work at nursing homes, they kind of had programs like that, and some of them did. But typically you got to work there for a year, and then you know what I'm saying, the only thing I will be able to do is work as a nursing assistant. And I can't even do that because my knees is jacked up, my feet is jacked up. I can't do that kind of work. If I could do that kind of work, I'll be doing it right now. I can't say I would. If I could, I would. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think I would be able to work in the kitchen. The way, you know what I'm saying, my feet and my ankles and everything be hurting me. I could barely walk around Austin. I ended up in the hospital twice because I was trying to walk around just to get something to eat. I couldn't imagine walking around all day lifting people and doing all of that. I did in the past. I'm trying to find a lawyer. That's what I really need to. I guess that needs to be my main focus. I have been trying to find one. I had called a few. They never called me back. So I guess I'm gonna have to apply on my own or something, because I can't find a lawyer to get Social Security. But I have tried. I put forth effort, and you know what I'm saying. I keep at it, but in reality, it is tough. It's hard. You know what I'm saying, because I'm having a hard time finding a lawyer. I know it does. It takes a long time. I almost had it in the past, but like that's when I started experiencing somebody. I don't know who it was. Like somebody had sent a bunch of people after me. You said don't apply on my own. I know I need a lawyer. I gotta find one. I'ma look. I'ma try. I'ma try again. But the last time I tried, I had like no luck. It's like no lawyer would pick up my case the last time I tried. You said you've been through the process with a few humans. I understand. I know it's a lot of pay. It's a lot. I already know. But I am gonna have to. I'm gonna have to put forth effort and try again. Yeah, and that's the hard part. Getting all the medical records is like that's a headache on its own. And I have a lot of medical records because I was in an accident years ago. I was in an accident years ago, and that's what messed up my knee and my ankle. Then I ended up breaking my left ankle some years later. Then I was in a car accident. Was that last year or the year before last? And it jacked me up pretty good. What's up, Gael? And it was tough. It was a lot. It really was. I don't have WhatsApp. It is tough though. Let me cut my little lights on. I might have to try. Now, my first accident, it was at a time when they didn't have medical chart. But I'm gonna have to put forth effort to go to the doctor out here. I haven't been to the doctor since I've been out here. Now I went to the doctor while I was in Austin. Oh, look at the little frog. It looks so cute. OMG, I'm gonna take a picture. I mean, not the frog, listen. He's sitting on a leaf, yo. That's such a cute picture. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try. I don't know if they uploaded it to the my chart. They might have. It would be nice. But I would have to go through trying to get my records. Now I had some of it here, but I don't remember where I put it. I would literally have to go through all my stuff trying to look for it. But I do have a lot of papers. Like I have a lot of paperwork and I have to go through all that. If it was paper it got scanned in, I hope so. So hopefully I'll be able to do it that way. But that was a lot. You know what I'm saying? It was. I know when they come to my paperwork, they gonna have a lot of stuff to go through because I done been to the doctor so many times behind my ankle and my knee alone, and then my other ankle, and then again for this right ankle several times because when I was in Austin, I was just walking around and it caused my ankle to get swollen to such an extent I couldn't even walk. I couldn't move. I had to go to the emergency room. Okay. I'm gonna have to go through. I'm gonna have to try. I'm gonna have to try again. That's really my best bet because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, if I could work in a nursing home, if I could go back to being a CNA, I would because I truly enjoy doing that job. It's not a situation where I didn't like it. It's just I can't. I literally cannot. It was a joy to me. I enjoyed, you know what I'm saying, caring for people and helping people as much as I could. Oh, I'm happy my little license this one don't come on. Yeah, it is. It fell over. Let me move it. There. I understand. I do understand. It does. You know, I'm really trying to get myself back together because I have been able to do so much just working online that I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? I'm mad that I allowed my ex to distract me the way that I allow him to distract me. And you know what I'm saying? That's my problem. I probably need to stay single for a while and stop and stay that way. You know what I'm saying? Unless I find somebody that is really genuine and worth me taking out the time to actually, you know what I'm saying, deal with them and give them my time, effort, and energy, I need to go ahead and stay single. Either that or I need to figure out how to carry on with my job and a man at the same time. Sometimes it can be hard because, you know, a lot of times, because of what I do, it tends to be a situation where, oh, look at the little frog. It tends to be a situation where whatever he's doing ends up coming out in the messages. And a lot of men don't like that. A lot of men do not like that. They get mad, they get irritated. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it be a situation where they, you know what I'm saying, start feeling some kind of way and it will cause problems in a relationship. But simultaneously, they, you know what I'm saying, typically it's a situation where they shouldn't be doing what they doing anyways. And I don't even be knowing that it's about them. You know what I'm saying? I can't stunt. It was a lot of times with my ex where a message would be about him and he would be having an attitude with me and getting mad at me and I had no idea that the like it was about him and what he got going on. I've had situations where women that he was dealing with would feel some kind of way about me and messages that I relayed. And once again, I had no idea that the message was even about them. And I've had to deal with that with a lot of people in my, you know, in my personal life, feeling some kind of way. And I'm kind of like confused because I had no idea that it was even about them or that they were the one that was doing whatever it is the message was about. No, like me receiving messages about a man that is married cheating on his wife, and it would be about him, and I had no idea. And you know what I'm saying? But it will be God's way of getting on him. And I had no idea that, you know what I'm saying, God was talking about him specifically. But that's what it was. It's been times where I received messages about people and things that happened to them that I had no idea happened to them, situations they've been in their past, and etc. And I feel like that will be God's way of showing them it's not even just me speaking, it's God speaking through me. But a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, due to the fact that people can't go to war with God and they can't fight with God, they want to try to attack me and come after me. But you know what I'm saying? It's tough. It is. It's hard. It is hard. And a lot of people have felt some kind of way and felt like they wanted my gift and they if they had it and if they could and etc. But in reality, they don't even understand the burden that comes with it. See, that's the thing. At first, I didn't think he was cheating. I thought he was literally doing what he said. Like, you know what I'm saying? When he said he was going to the restroom, I assumed that's what he was doing. When he said that somebody was just his friend or just this, that, and the third. But it's how things happen after that that let me know that it was him. And you know what I'm saying? He revealed it himself, regardless if he intended to or not. Even when it comes down to the woman that, you know what I'm saying, he left me for, he revealed it himself that he was dealing with her while he was supposed to be with me. He revealed it on his own that he was the person that left his wife to be with somebody else. And he did. He left me hanging. He said that he was going to come back when he had money for us to get a room and never came back. He was with her. And I didn't even realize that until he told me. He the one that told me that. You know what I'm saying? Even when I had my trailer and I was waiting on him to apologize, he refused to apologize. Why? Because he was with her. And I didn't even, you know what I'm saying, know all that to be true until he told me out of his own mouth that that's what was going on. I try my best to assume that it's not, you know what I'm saying, that's not what it is. I try my best to, you know what I'm saying, have the highest hopes, even when it comes to my second husband. Because my first husband, I wasn't prophesying online when I was with him. My second husband, I was. He would literally be sitting there while I would be prophesying and getting irritated. I had no idea why until after I left, and then I realized why, because he told me. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they confirmed it themselves. It wasn't even a situation where I was just trying to accuse or nothing like that. I ain't even leave him because of him cheating. I left him because he revealed to me a secret that he had. Well, he was cheating, but he revealed to me a secret, and I was in shock. I couldn't believe it, and I had asked him multiple times. He act like he didn't want to tell me. He act like, you know what I'm saying, that's not what was going on. And then he got drunk one night and, you know what I'm saying, told somebody else to tell me the truth, and they told me the truth. And, you know what I'm saying, he was trying to hold me hostage. Dang it, when he went to sleep the next day, I packed up my stuff and I left. But it wasn't. No, I don't like that. I don't like it either. I can't sis. I don't. But when it come down to it, you know, I get that a lot of men end up cheating. I get that a lot of men end up in messed up situations. But I feel like there are certain predicaments that it is just absolutely unnecessary. It's stupid. And you know, some of the situations my ex put me in, there was one time when I told him that the day was gonna be about me, and if he could focus on me throughout the whole day, I would be peaceful with him for a month. Do you know this man? We went to the bar. We went to a pool hall to play pool. I didn't want to go to where he wanted to go because I knew if he went there, he was gonna cheat. We go to a whole different place. He cheated on me with the waitress. Yes, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, and I wanted to have peace at least while we was at home, which is why, you know what I'm saying. Even though I tried to get an apartment in the area he wanted, but they didn't approve me until after I had already been approved for the townhouse. Now the townhouse was bigger, it was better, so I ended up moving over there. It was the other side of town. He was upset about that. I didn't care. I'd rather stay over there because he didn't know anybody, and it will be more hard for him to go out and cheat. He cheated anyways. He deliberately went out of his way to go and meet people and cheated on me with the woman that was staying next door. And you know what I'm saying? It was just like a nightmare for no apparent reason, a headache for no apparent reason. This woman sitting up here stalking me, listening to our conversations through the walls, and acting all crazy and psycho. I could not. I could not. It was just too much. He was a headache. He was. He was a headache. And I tried my best, you know what I'm saying, to make it work and etc. Some of the women that he would cheat with were absolutely back, you know what I'm saying, sugar honey iced tea crazy, yo, and would go out of their way because they wanted me to feel some kind of way. It couldn't be a situation where they done stuck around with him and go on about their business. They oh, she's sitting over here, she not worried. Oh, he done came back next to her and they kissing and hugging and stuff. What's really going on? Nah, she needs to know. She needs to know. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, yo. It's like a whole different level. I could not. I don't want to deal with that ever again. I don't want to deal with a man on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? On that note, ever again. It might even be a smart idea for me to have my land over here and my man to have his land over there because I don't even want to deal with that. That's a headache on its own. I'll see you when I see you, say bye, because ain't nobody got time for that. And low key, when we had the townhouse, I ain't even want to come up with him. When he would go out and go to work, I ain't go with him. I nope. I was good. I said I stay home. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going. And then me staying home made him not even want to go, which is wild to me. Like it's like why you ain't doing nothing but going up there to cheat. Why don't you go up there by yourself and then come home when you finish? Why in the world do I need to be there? You want me to be present while you cheat? You want to get on? Well, like it's like you want to get on my nerves. You said that's so nuts. Some people crazy. And I don't know, like I really, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to sit around and try to figure out why, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like me trying to say that he was maybe he just liked being around me so much. If he liked being around me so much, why was he cheating? I don't know what he had going on. He was giving me a headache though. I can't think. And I'm tired. I'm finna go in the house. I don't even want to talk about him no more. He didn't ruin the whole conversation. Just thinking about him and his foolery. Got me like, nope. I gotta use the restroom too though. But I've been on here for a few hours and I finished my beer. Oh, but thank you for coming to hang out with me. I greatly appreciate it. Whew. Let me close up my little greenhouse. Oh man. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming to hang out with me. I love you guys to bits and pieces. You have a good night too, sis. Thank you for chit chatting with me. I love you guys to bits and pieces. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Deuces.